Alright, so my brows are already done. I think what we're going to go in with this Too Faced Hangover Primer. It's really moisturizing. And I'm going to go in with that first just to try and make my skin a little bit more hydrated. When I have time to actually sit down and do my makeup, I like to let the primer sit for a little bit just so it can soak in and get a little bit tackier so that the foundation will sit better. Okay. Alright, I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Professionals just on my nose. My cheeks actually aren't that bad today. But for me personally, I really like my makeup to look matte and soft. So I usually go in with primers that have that mattifying or pore minimizing effect just so that it looks softer because my pores are huge. I don't really have bad acne in my opinion. It's just more my pores are big. So my Ride or Die foundation is this Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm in vanilla. Vanilla is more of a yellow peachy skin tone. I think it matches me better when I'm a little bit tanner, so like in the summertime it matches me a little bit better. Right now I look really white because I am really white. Yeah, but no, this one usually is a really good match for me, and it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't oxidize during the day. It does a little bit, but it takes a really long time for it to actually oxidize. And I'm going to go in with the Morphe E44 brush. I think this is just a buffer brush, but I like it for my foundation. These brushes are really good. Morphe has a lot of really good products, and they're actually not expensive, which, so yeah, I just like to go in and stipple it onto my face, put it everywhere. This foundation is medium to full coverage, but it is buildable. And always bring your foundation down onto your neck, because if you don't, you're gonna look like you have a mask on, and that is not cute. And if anyone ever told you that that is cute, you shouldn't be friends with them, because they're lying to you. Sorry, hate to burst your bubble. Would you guys like to see a video on how like I did my makeup freshman year or 8th grade year? Because there's like that tag that's going on right now, how I did my makeup in high school. Well, I am in high school, I'm a senior, so can't really do that, because how I do my makeup in high school is how all of these videos are going to be. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys would like to see a video of how I did my makeup in middle school and with my foundation, I usually like to go from spot to spot. So like I start on one side, then I go to the other, then I go to my forehead, because my forehead doesn't need a whole lot of foundation, so I usually do that at the end, so that way I have the least amount of product possible. So this is after one layer. I don't know if you can see it that well, but I mean, no one's skin is perfect. We'll just remember that before y'all go crazy and are like, why does it look like that? Yeah. And I have really bad smile lines right here from my dimples, so I always get smile lines right here. I've tried fixing it. It doesn't want to fix. I've given up. I mean, it'll look a little crappy during the day, but whatever. You can see that there's a little bit of a difference. Well, maybe you can't, but in real life you can see there's a little bit of a difference from my hand to my face. But it's okay. It's okay. Alright, so I like to let that first layer just dry down a little bit. I'm going to go in with the second layer because I want really full coverage today. My favorite concealer right now is the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm in shade Light Neutral. That is say neutral, right? Okay, yeah, light neutral. I don't go I'm not even gonna say I don't go crazy with highlighting, because I do. I do use this to highlight my face, so I go in, and lately I used to go all the way down and make like these giant squares underneath my eyes, but I don't really do that anymore. I just kind of do tiny little ones like this. And I try not to layer it up too much because we don't want to layer our concealer really heavy. This concealer is really great. It's a really nice formula, and it lays really nice on the skin. If you are a regular on YouTube and like watching beauty videos like how I am, a lot of YouTubers seem to really like it and really enjoy it. So I definitely was pressured by YouTube to go out and buy it because it looked really good, and I really liked it, and I liked the way that it made people's skin look, and I was like, you know what? I'ma do it. I use a beauty blender to blend out the concealer just because I feel like this gives it a little bit more of an airbrushed look, and it's not so harsh. I could just be crazy and it might just look really bad, but you know what? I like it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Normally I wet my beauty blender, but I'm just too lazy to get up today. Like, that's my mood. But normally this is wet. Oh yeah, and I like to bring down the leftover concealer from like this part of my face to my smile lines, because what I've noticed with this concealer ever since like starting it is like it really does set those lines that you have in your face. So this just gives it a little bit of gives my smile lines a little bit of help for staying not there during the day. So I like to do that. And then gotta get that concealer on the nose because it just gets crazy. Alright, and that's it. That's all I really do. I am a big fan of cream contour. I don't know why. Cream contour is like the hardest thing to do, and I probably do mess it up. I'm not gonna lie, I probably do. But I love cream contour. I was using. So I really like these little e.l.f. palettes. They're like the 4 squares. Their powder contour one is really good. Their illuminating one, like, it's a really subtle highlight. It's not like bam in your face like the highlight I'm going to be using today, which I'm going to be doing a first impression on 5 of the 6 of them because, you know, I can't wait to use real highlight again. Because I have no idea what happened to my other Anastasia Beverly Hills one. Yeah, I kind of just blew what the highlight was going to be. Anyway, this cream contour palette by e.l.f. is really good. You get a really deep one that I don't use because it's too dark for me. I kind of tried it a little bit, and I looked really... I feel like in the summer maybe I could try and use it again, but I like to do a mixture of these two right here that are across from each other. This one's a little bit darker than this one. I know the light is kind of... I guess you can see it right there, but like if you're looking straight at it, not so much. Hi, me. Look, there's like 3 of me in this. I don't really use the highlight. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll start doing it, using this as my concealer instead, because I feel like that's going to be a good match for me. Okay. So I take a foundation brush. This is the Real Techniques pointed foundation brush. And I just kind of slide it in to my contour palette, and I just take a little bit from both. And then I go ahead and I draw on my lines. And you don't want to put too much because it can, a little goes a long way with these. My other really good or another really good cream contour thing that I like is the NYX Cosmetics. That's my favorite cream contour. My other places I like to contour are under my lip. It looks a little crazy, but I promise it makes your lips look bigger. I like to go under my chin because I kind of have a chubby face, in case anyone hadn't figured that one out yet. And I really like to carve out my jawbone because, like I just said, I have a chubby face. So that's the lower part of my face. Then like your normal spots up here. I think up here it's okay if I go a little crazy and overdo it because it blends out really nice and it'll make my forehead look a little bit smaller. And then the last place I really like to do it is on my nose because I know I have a huge nose. Yeah. So that's all the places I put my contour. Let's go ahead and blend this ish out. And I like to use the e.l.f. contouring brush. The black handled e.l.f. brushes are a lot nicer than those white ones, even though the white ones are like cheaper. Nothing against the white ones. I do use some of the white ones. This one, I kind of only use this contour brush when I use the e.l.f. palette, not because I like to coordinate, but just because it blends it out a lot nicer. I've noticed this one with the NYX one doesn't really blend out as nice. Maybe it's just for me, maybe other people, maybe you haven't even heard of this thing, but I don't know, it just doesn't blend out as nice. What I like to use with the NYX one is the Real Techniques, great, the name came off, the buffing brush, I think that's what it is. And I just kind of like do circular motions, or I'll squeeze it together like this and do a really nice cut. So I guess it's kind of the same thing as this, only these ones are a little bit softer than this one. So it works better with it. Yeah. Alright. No, I'm not going in with this brush on my nose. That would be horrendous, let me tell you. I don't know what it is, but like I know I like contouring underneath my lips, but I always forget about this. I always forget it's there, but like I should know by now that it's there. Alright, see, it just like gives it a shadow effect, so it makes my lip look bigger, but it's not. It's such a lie. Sorry, I'm fake. Okay. Now, what I like to do for my nose is I like to go in with this e.l.f. blending eye brush. This is not a blending brush. Don't be fooled by it. I don't know. I just don't like it as a blending brush. But as a contour, as a nose contour brush, heck yeah. Heck yeah, it is. It's really good. I just swipe it up and down. And I make sure it gets... Oh man, I make sure it gets really blended out. I'm not gonna leave it like that, I promise. I like to just go in with a little bit more concealer on my nose after we're done with the contour, just because it makes it look a little bit smaller. Video off. I like to use the Laura Mercier setting powder in translucent setting powder to set my face, and I go in with this before I go in with the contour setting, because I feel like if you do the contour setting first and then put this on top, it just kind of wipes away everything. I use my beauty blender. I pick it up. Yeah, my beauty blenders. I just kind of lather it all on there and push it in and set it. I bring it down into my smile line area too, because like I was saying, my smile lines like to really. Then I set a little bit on my chin because I know that this likes to get greasy too. And then down the center of my nose where that highlight was put. And then I have like lines on my forehead because I do this a lot. You can already see it right there. So I like to just tap this in here and right here because I get that little, like, look at that, Christ, right there. And I do cut it underneath, but I do that last. Okay, so I use this e.l.f. Contour Blush Duo thing. Looks like that. It looks like the Real Techniques Dual Fiber Contour Brush. And I just get it all on there, tap off the excess, and I cut and set that cream contour. Let's get it. And anywhere I put that cream contour, I'm gonna put this on top to set it. Reference. Now I'm gonna go in and cut underneath. All right, setting is done. I look like a skeleton or a guy with a little mustache. I'm cool, guys. I'm so cool. And I like to sit there and let it bake for a little bit. So it's gonna look crazy like this while I start on the eyes. And I'm gonna scoot forward for this because my camera doesn't like to zoom in. But yeah, I'm gonna be using my Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced today for it. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a little bit more neutral yet glamorous. So obviously you see I have some pretty dark veins showing. So I don't particularly like those to show through my makeup. So I take this Maybelline Better Skin Concealer and I just dab it on my eyes with the applicator. And then I go in, that bird is just chilling. And I tap it all out with my finger just because I don't want them to show through. And I'm not gonna go all the way up to my brow because I really don't want to wipe away my brow because that's kind of important. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this one at the bottom. It's called Peaches and Cream. It's a really nice setting shade, and I'm just gonna set that concealer with it. I forget how much this palette smells like peaches, and it just makes me a little bit happier every single time I do it. I'm like constantly, and honestly I don't let my makeup bake that long, so I'm gonna take this Real Techniques, I think it's just a powder brush, who knows, look at that, it's wiped the heck off, and I'm just gonna brush all of this translucent powder away from, they say it. We're actually gonna go back into our e.l.f. Hi there duo, and we're gonna take the contour shade, and I'm actually now using the Morphe 38 eye brush because the other one has the other stuff on it, and I'm just gonna put this into my crease and use this as my transition color. Don't tap off the excess with this one, maybe a little bit but not a lot because then you don't get a lot of color going on. And pop it into your crease and blend it out really nice. because, okay, transition colors are super, super important because you don't want to go from like a nice tanned skin to blue or a nice tan skin into glitter because it doesn't look good. There's too rough of an edge and it looks crazy. And then I don't know, I just think that your makeup really, like, my makeup game got so much stronger after I started using transition colors on my eyelids because I used to just, yeah, when I would actually, because this is like, I honestly never really used eyeshadows until this year when I started realizing how pretty some of these palettes are. But yeah, when I did do eyeshadow before I like fell in love with it this year, I would just go in with whatever color I was using. I'm using silver today? Okay, right in with it. Like, I had no concept of like using a transition color and warming it up before I just went in with like a cool tone. I'm not a cool tone person. Like, it doesn't match my face. So I have to go in with like a transition color to make it look nice. So after you're done with that, now we use puree. I'm just gonna put a little bit back on there. And this, still too much on it. This time I'm just gonna lightly, you need a really light hand when you do this or else it's gonna look too dark and too, it's not gonna look good. I've done it before. And you're not going to take it all the way into the inner corner of your eye like you did last time with the transition. You're going to take it a little bit in and out. Just small swiping motions. I wouldn't go past like maybe here because if you go in too far, your eyes are just going to look really small. And I don't know about y'all, but I like my eyes to look big. That's why I use huge mascara that makes your eyelashes look really big to make my eyes look bigger because I don't want to say that I have hooded eyes, but they are pretty, like, I don't know, maybe they are hooded. They seem hooded, but they're probably not considered a real hood. But I feel like they are, so I like to make my this is a crown brush from Crown Brush, and I like to use the fluffy end to just blend everything out and make it look really smooth and even. I really don't know how to say this company's name. I'm so sorry, but this is what it's probably backwards. I'm thinking about it. So it's this brush. It's like for packing on pigment. I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna go in with Luscious right here. I'm gonna pack it on the brush. And then I'm going to take my Max Prep and Prime Fix Plus spray. And, sorry, I just wanted a little bit more on there. I didn't realize. And I'm just going to spray it. Because that's really going to, like, wetting your eyeshadows just makes it more pigmented. And I'm going to put that all over my crease. Alright, now that you have that on, I'm going to take my Morphe R35 brush. The tip of it is supposed to be white, but it's got makeup from yesterday on it because I don't wash my brushes every day. So I want them to stay nice a little bit longer. And I'm going to go in with Caramelized. And I'm going to take a little bit of it and I'm just going to dab it on the outer corner of my eye to make the outside darker, the inside lighter. Doing this also really helps your eyes look a little bit bigger. And I'm really just going to concentrate it to the outer portion. I personally don't like having a whole bunch of color on top and no color on the bottom. So I'm going to go back in with Puree and take it on a different Morphe R38 brush and just pop it underneath to get that smoky effect. And I'm going to take that one in quite a bit of a way. And yes, I know people are going to say, that closes off your eye. Yes, it does. But once I put on eyeliner and mascara, my eyes will look big again. And then I'm also going to go in with a little bit of Charmed, I'm Sure, which is this top corner color. I'm going to take that and I'm just going to keep that a little bit out on the outside. Not bringing it in as much. I go in and I use this Sephora brand waterproof colorful eyeliner. It looks like this. I like it just because I like liquid eyeliners. I've tried gel eyeliners. I've realized I don't like them as much because I don't get as precise of a line. Okay, so I'm not going to talk through this because A, I suck at it, and B, if I talk while I'm doing my eyeliner, it's just not going to look good. One tip I am going to give you guys that I've recently learned, and it's like helped because I was about to do not what I'm about to say. Start with the eye you're less good at. Start with the eye you're worse at, because that way you can match it on the other eye, so that way they'll look even, if that makes sense. Just like you should start off with your worst brow. See that? And then I like to draw the tails of my eyeliner first, so that way the tails look nice and they'll look even. And then I start a little bit from the end of the tip and I just bring it in. Can you even see? Oh, it actually turned out pretty nice today. Okay. Now, what mascara do I want to use today? So, on an everyday basis for the past couple months, I've been using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I do like this mascara. I think it's a really nice, lengthening, volumizing mascara. However, for me personally, it doesn't last all day. Like, it starts to flake off and I get like little flaky things on the bottom and they just don't look as thick. But what I've noticed with the Tarte mascara, which I've been loving lately, I got a little mini version of it in one of the Ipsy bags. I forget which month it was, and I just recently started trying it out because I was like, you know what, it's time to just start it. And I love it. It's not as thick as Better Than Sex, but it's more lengthening in my opinion, and it lasts all day. So yeah, I like this one a little bit better currently. Who knows, in a couple months I might be like, you know what, Better Than Sex is just doing it for me now. But yeah, currently my favorite. Sometimes if I'm feeling really extra, I just want more volumization, I use Better Than Sex on top of the Tarte mascara, but usually I only have to do this one and it looks good. Doesn't look like much now, but after the second layer of it looks really. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dust it on. So this one, to me, in my opinion, is more of a subtle highlight. I guess I could spray it and see if I can get it like a little bit more shabam in your face kind of, but I think this is more of a subtle. Maybe we'll do that on the other cheek. And I definitely do like to go down my nose and right here to get that extra highlight, and I bring it up above my brow, and I like to put it a little bit under my brow bone. Because look at that. I guess it is kind of in your face, but I think it's more of a subtle in your face rather than BAM! See me. So I'm going to try something different that I've never done, and we're going to see how it goes. So I took some of that Glow Getter. I'm taking my MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to spray it and see if this makes a difference on the other side. Oh yeah, that made a difference. Holy cow. Now you can really see it. Do you see that difference? Look at that side. Look at that side. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but in real life, holy cow, this side is so much more. So I'm just going to go over it on this side. No, I'm not. I'm going to take more out of it and spray it because that just wiped it away, not added. Okay. Shazam. That's nice. I don't know if anyone would ever recommend that. Maybe that's so completely wrong that it's stupid, but I like it. I like that in your face highlight. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I need to stop this. Okay, now for lips. Luscious. I don't have a chapstick, so I'm just gonna use this Too Faced Hangover Primer and put it on my lips. It smells like coconut, so hopefully it'll taste like coconuts too if I accidentally get it in my mouth. It doesn't taste like coconut, so it was a lie. It was a lie. Don't listen to me. I just like having soft lips before I go in with lipstick. Somebody's gonna get that. I'm not gonna tell you who. He'll love it. This is my ColourPop Lixie's Lippy Stick. It's the Beautycon and ColourPop one. This was an exclusive. Maybe one day they'll put it out. The shade is Beautycon. You know, I heard that they still had the winter boxes for Beautycon, so maybe you can go ahead and grab one of those. They're only $23. It's a little, I mean, it's pricey. Like, giving up $23 is always going to be pricey, but oh, so worth it. You get so many good products, and it's all full size. Yeah. So yeah. And then always, if you don't do anything else, like if you don't prime your face, if you don't put on foundation, but you like to do anything else, just set your face. Just set it. It makes the world of a difference. It makes your makeup last longer. It's gonna look put together. Today I'm using the NYX Matte Finish setting spray. This is probably my favorite. And don't be afraid to just go all out with it, because the more the merrier. And that is it. This is the finished look. Very highlighted. And I really wish that I could get like a true representation of what it looked like in real life, but this natural lighting is kind of messing with it. But yeah, this is the final look. Thanks for watching, guys. It really means a lot to me. It really does. Alright, see you in my next video. Subscribe!